There is something to be said for an organization, a chain of command. If it is every hungry mutant for themselves, it is a zero-sum deathmatch, melee, with the sole victor starving. Quote, Serpentor Khan.
Skybound Image Comics presents G.I. Joe Volume 1, Issue 302 on Cobra Island. The consequences of Dr. Mindbender's mutant virus bomb becomes evident as casino guests and Cobra troopers succumb to the transformation, turning into zombies. These zombies, unlike typical mindless ones, retain a craving for human flesh. Serpentor has an announcement that will be advantageous for the zombies. The hungry zombies express discontent, and some among them feel that Serpentor Khan is no longer their boss. Serpentor declares, yes, we are transfigured, possessed by dark and disgusting craving, yet we are not mindless monsters. We retain our faculties and sense of self. We are now twice as strong as before and feel no pain. However, with our insatiable appetite for forbidden meat, we are better equipped to fulfill those needs. Under my command, we can become an unstoppable force and turn the rest of the world into our larder. One zombie rebel refuses to take orders any longer and believes he can take on the world independently. The rest of the zombies begin to contemplate the validity of this perspective. In response, Serpentor takes action and shoots the zombie who is expressing dissent and speaking the most. Serpentor questions, does that suffice as an answer? With the dissent silenced, the question of leadership among the zombies force lingers. Serpentor declares there is no more talk. He then announces lunch is served, prompting the other zombies to devour the zombie who spoke against Serpentor. Serpentor reflects there is something to be said for an organization and a chain of command. If it's every hungry mutant for themselves, it devolves into a zero-sum death match melee with only one victor emerging from the chaos, starving. Serpentor proposes a solution to the dilemma. Acknowledging the hunger among the zombies, he confidently declares that is precisely why we're going to take over the entire Cobra operation and move to Springfield.
At Arlington Cemetery, the burial ceremony for Wade Collins is taking place. All the Joes gather at the burial, paying their respects to Wade Collins. The pallbearers, of course, fulfill their solemn duty. The somber atmosphere envelopes the Joes as they silently prepare the flag to present it to Wade's wife. As the gun salute resonates, tears stream down the eyes of the immediate family, marking a poignant and somber moment. The rain descends as pallbearers persist in their task, sadly preparing for the United States flag. A heavy rain falls, intensifying the somber atmosphere for the Joes in this poignant moment, while Snake Eyes hands over the colors and then rejoins the flag detail, seamlessly integrating into the ceremony. The colors are then handed over to the wife of Wade Collins with condolences for his son amidst the heavy rain in Arlington Cemetery. At Springfield Community, Cobra Commander reveals, and so in the great arrest, I was forced to flee Cobra Island just before Dr. Mindbender's mutant bomb detonated. He explains further the bomb instantly turned every living human on the island into relentless, cannibalistic monsters. Any questions? In the community center, numerous individuals have questions, particularly those from Springfield with family members who are Cobra soldiers. They seek answers about what is going to happen next. Cobra Commander swiftly brushes off the question, sensing more pressing matters at hand. He is certain that Serpentor's next move for Cobra involves the invasion and takeover of Springfield. Cobra Commander is recalling all Cobra units from various outposts and secret bases, consolidating forces for an undisclosed purpose. We are going to mobilize our forces like we've never mobilized before, Cobra Commander declares. He continues, we will fortify and entrench, making Serpentor Khan pay dearly for every inch of Springfield. At Revenge headquarters in New Jersey, the android cyber faction of the Joes, led by Alpha 001, engages in recon to decipher the events on Cobra Island after the explosion. Upon receiving reports that Serpentor has planned to take over, Alpha 001 formulates his own strategy to address the situation. Back at the pit, team members express their confusion to Stalker, questioning why Wade Collins he receive special honors at Arlington Cemetery. They are puzzled, pointing out that Wade was in fact a Crimson Guard. Stalker begins the story explaining Wade was on point during the mission. Behind him were Snake Eyes, accompanied by his hog, and Roman Escobedo, while Dicky, Samberstein, and Storm Shadow brought up the rear. Stalker continues recounting that during a firefight they witnessed Wade getting hit. It later transpired that Wade became a prisoner of war enduring a horrific ordeal. Upon Wade's return, he found himself jobless and friendless, with Cobra being his last-ditch effort for a new beginning. Stalker reveals, "We brought him home, pulling strings to set him up, along with his adopted family, providing him with new identities. Then one day, his son, Sean, wrote a letter to Snake Eyes, and that's when it all came full circle." In the command center, Breaker has gathered satellite imagery of Springfield, complemented by random CCTV footage hacked from the server. Roadblock, Duke, and Breaker come to the conclusion that a full-scale war is imminent in Springfield, with Serpentor and the zombies facing against Cobra in a civil war. Roadblock suggests sitting back and observing as they annihilate each other. However, Duke argues that there are some Joes who have personal connections to people in Cobra, making it a more complicated situation. Somewhere in the Sierra is Snake Eyes' cabin. This is Snake Eyes' clone with Scarlet, while the original Snake Eyes has his memories uploaded into the clone body. In the kitchen, Snake Eyes is cooking a meal, and Scarlet comments on how good the rabbit tastes. A noise at the door catches their attention, and Scarlet investigates. To their surprise, there is a wolf at the door holding a cub in its jaws. The wolf presents the cub as a gift to the newly created Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes has a companion, a Timber. Happily, Snake Eyes accepts the cub from the wolf, and the Timber, the wolf, sniffs Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes and Scarlet are lying in bed, and the wolf cub is curled up at the foot. Snake Eyes breaks the silence, saying, "Scarlet, I want to tell you." However, Scarlet interrupts with, "Not now." Despite the lack of words, both Snake Eyes and Scarlet embrace. Unbeknownst to Scarlet, Snake Eyes' vocal cords have returned. Next issue, Skybound, Image Comics, G.I. Joe, Volume 1, Issue 303.